get the game going here once they are ready to go. Round 3, they can't possibly be ready. That match is at least 15 minutes away. So I see the ping in Discord. Like, what?
No, that's nice. They're just being organized.
That's exactly right.
All right.
All right, Zath, let's try this again. Let's do a quick lineup one more time. Try me out.
All right, so up to the north, ARPDN Noodle bring in an Ohio with a turret, close quarter spec, and then another Ohio with secondaries, close quarter spec. Interesting choices. And then actually, he's kind of a mix, the first one, with long range, too, with his accuracy module in the end. We've got ourselves a Goliath, a Brizzy, Des Moines regular spec, and a Napoli. For destroyers, a Daring regular, Yu Yang torpedo spec, and a Gearing that's legendary, also torpedo spec. What do we got to the south?
Opposing them from the south spawn, wearing red for this game, XDPN is fielding Ohio and Montana, going full America for their battleship lineup, just like their opponents. They have also got a pair of America to go in with double Des Moines here. That's Sigma and Lex Luthor. Love the name. You have one reload Des Moines and one range Des Moines. That's really interesting. Zath, I want you to notice, by the way, the Brisbane on ARPDN is running a range mod. I thought that was curious.
I saw that. Let's talk about the Des Moines for a sec. I almost feel like they kind of swapped wrongly because you've got a reload spec that does not have the radar booster module, and then you've got the longer range one that's got the radar booster. You would think that they would go opposite there.
Little strange option there. Also a Marseille and a Napoli here. And then fronting 3 destroyer, that's a legendary Gearing. That's Glacial, of course. Splava. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm going with. In the Ragnar.
Splavocado.
There you go. Splavocado. There we go. Over here on the left flank, that's Thurbach in a nice, simple Daring build there. Look at early deployments. Everybody kind of splitting up.
Something that I'd like to highlight, I saw quite a few on EU earlier today, and we also saw a Marseille in the first game, although it was not played properly. Oftentimes in competitive, you'll see the new shiny toys or the newish shiny toys try to make their way into strats. I'm very curious though, because since so many teams have brought it, it's clear that it's trying to be used for a specific purpose. And of course, with the 330mm guns, you get 9 of them, and you can use all of them bow on at a pretty decent angle. It's one of those ships that you kind of send to the corners or the edges of the map and really want to try to scoot around. It's kind of similar to a Stalingrad, of course. The big difference is it trades the radar for what I would say would be more and better performing guns that you can use, at least when I say better performing, like you're going to be using them a lot more often because this ship is going to have to get closer to be able to deal damage. And I'm curious to see what they're trying to do with the ship over here.
Roger.
I'm expecting an early rumble at B here because there's 2 radars nearby to Glacial, and I don't think I'm not sure. Is he running RPF? He is, so he may suspect that Yang is around. He actually outspots the Yang.
He sees it.
Yep, he spots the Yang. He immediately ducks back into cover.
Yep.
They might get a little chip damage, but that's it. But there's also a Des Moines nearby. Klaxo's Des Moines is very close.
Yep. Now that Des Moines will keep him lit with his Hydro once Glacial disappears. So this rock here cries out no hiding place for Glacial in a moment.
Does indeed. Now the quick Daring, that's Thurbach going to be able to pick up A. So we're going to see some early points ticking up for XDPN as his conga line torpedoes narrowly miss Klaxo's Des Moines over here. Like they knew he was going to be there. They certainly suspected it.
Very smart. There's the Hydra from Klaxosaur.
Yep.
Glacial recognizing he can't sit here.
Yep. Glacial cannot hang out. Going to take some Ohio secondaries and main battery shells here. He's going to turn to give him the business with the torpedoes. But those torpedoes are going to be spotted immediately because of Klaxo's Hydro.
Oh, wow. He's taking a
wow. Big Napoli hits.
We might have our first blood already. Napoli. Oh, great job, yeah.
Yeah, having the
Glacial in big trouble here as Klaxo moves up to get stern shots on him. He's still lit. He cannot get away now. The Des Moines radar is up, picking him up. He's going to be lit for at least the next 60 seconds. He's going to go out.
There's no way.
No, there's no way he's going to survive this.
No, and frankly, when the Yu Yang popped the radar and the enemy ships, from his perspective, started getting spotted, I would have just completely bailed out of there because that Des Moines position at E4 is so obvious. It's been
crazy
used for tournament after tournament, and you just got to think that that's where it's going to go, right?
And their Bach even fired torpedoes in that direction. Like they were expecting a radar cruiser to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I'd call that a misplay, but I'd call it a well-executed assassination on the part of ARPDN, unquestionably.
Yep.
Real quick, Raptor, I let them know that we are delayed in our other game, so that they don't wait for us.
With Sir and Yul, okay? That's a
Yeah.
shame. Well, we'll see how this goes. I mean, we don't know how long this game's going to take, and that game's not supposed to start until for another 10 or 12 minutes, so we'll see what happens.
I'll let them know.
Well, with the early kill, each team on a cap, we're 5 minutes in, and it's a 100-point lead for ARPDN here. CCAP not really going anywhere. The Ragnar Splavocado kind of hanging out over here. His radar's available if a Lady Alyssa tries to pick up this, tries to contest this cap, but I suspect he's going to be able to pick it up.
Well, let's see.
Subs Ohio is going to have to be careful here not to eat too much damage, because that Des Moines, when you get into that position at E4, yes, if you stick your nose out too far, it's not going to protect you. But right now, he's got a free farm going on subs, and as long as he remains spotted, we all know that the Des Moines can really rack up damage quickly. So
now the Brizzy over back at sea has a minute before Faceless Skull can use that radar again. So here's some blind shots into where they think the Ragnar is. Look how close those shots are hitting. This is what we call French radar.
Anything, though.
Oh, almost.
They're not getting any resets. In fact, there's his radar going up. He's picking up Alyssa now, firing.
So
they can
close.
Spot him.
So close.
Yep. Alyssa's going to reverse out of that. Take a little bit of chip damage for their trouble, but not too terribly much.
Yep. Meanwhile, Splavocado now ship spotted for at least 20 seconds after he stopped shooting.
Yep.
Does have a fancy heal. He's using now.
Well, Ragnar just has a regular heal, but he'll be able to recover some of that.
Mm-hmm.
the Marseille and the Des Moines, it seems like they're trying to creep around the side of A. Yeah, okay, the Marseille is going full speed here.
Marseille's going for it.
This is good.
Yeah, I'd love to see the CN push get a... I'd love to see the Ohio also go there too.
Thurbach caught here by Yang radar, taking all the SAP secondaries, finally gets out of it. Got chunked a little bit there.
Napoli's in a precarious situation, though. Yep, here comes the Marseille AP.
Yeah, he really is.
No,
not as big a hit as I'm sure Baba wanted.
I like the turn in, though. Very smart. Dodges the torps.
Montana's hunting for shells to loop over at Klaxosar, but I think he's close enough to the island. Yeah, he's really wedged in there tight.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Look at that hit. Look
Yep.
at that hit. A good 20K there from the Ohio dropping in.
Yep, that town.
Klaxo.
That town right there just allows those shells to come right in.
Yeah, Klaxo absolutely the focus target, and they're doing a great job. Here comes some Marseille AP. I suspect most of that will bounce at that angle.
Here comes the Montana shells again from 19 kilometers.
This is like his 5th attempt at it. I've seen like 4 or 5 salvos going over there. He just can't work out that angle.
If he wants to clear that island, he needs to get farther away.
I gotta say, at this point, I kind of question the Marseille firing the AP at that angle. Marseille Baba takes some torpedoes there, even though his hydro's up now. But subs is Ohio with Lottie he coming. He should be able to punch out Klaxo here in just a moment. Let's see if is he waiting on this shot? I bet he's waiting on this shot.
Yeah, it looks like he's waiting.
Klaxo's radar's up. They can see Thurbach. Here comes the shot. They need to get this kill right now to try and save as much. There it is. They got to try and save Thurbach's health, and they managed to do it.
Yep, well executed play over at A.
Now, I'd like to see, since ARPDN now is obviously on the back foot at A, I'd love to see the Napoli move a little bit more to the west and the Yu Yang. It would be a shame if all 3 of those ships
went together.
C3 and D4, well, they either went together or they all continued to move back. But I just realized that the Ohio, for some inexplicable reason, turned back in, and I mean, his life is measured probably within a minute, I would say. I don't know.
This ARPD in Ohio is going to get focused pretty hard here, I suspect. I'll be surprised if he's with us more than about 60 more seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
His next heal is 30 seconds away, so we'll see what happens.
Now, if I remember right, this was the last person to enter that group, so it's a possibility that they had to get a sub or something in.
No, this particular account was in there. I believe their last one to come in was... I'm looking now.
It was one of the KOTS accounts.
I think it was no, it was Blitzberg. It was Napoli.
It?
The Napoli was the last person to join the room. So he was the one that was kind of running late here. Yep, here goes the Ohio. They make it this Marseille as well. Baba's got his heel up.
There it is.
There it is. There goes the Ohio kill. That's
Sub's taking a ton of deep waters.
Yeah, some good deep water work there. Again, we see the power of the Yu Yang. So 10 minutes gone, and we have our first lead change. XDPN is now on the back. Oh, sorry, they have the lead now.
Yes.
They had to work for it after going down a ship early, but they've managed to claw their way back into this game. They've lost control of C. In fact, they're going to have a lead change going back the other way in a moment, just because of the cap control. But for this exact instant, they do have that lead going on.
Sigma now deciding to just take on an Ohio.
check out Splavocado over at C. He's got a gap. It's a question of how much spotting these torpedoes. Nope, he's going to take at least one on the broadside. Can't be stopped. Oh, that's a big hit.
And he opens up.
And now he opens fire on the daring. I really don't like that play. Why would you do that?
Why you do this?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like he's like, oh, I took the torpedo. I'm dead anyway. Why are you? I don't understand what's happening here.
Makes no sense. His DCP's down.
It really doesn't. Now
fire.
Maybe because he knew he was in range of the Brisbane radar, and he was like, well, screw it. Yeah, I just took a torpedo. He's going to radar me anyway. But I mean, the radar's down, so you might as well make him burn it.
That's right.
There's the fire's going to seal the deal, and there he goes.
Yep. We saw this happen.
Marseille's going to go out too.
We saw this happen yesterday with when we did the replay coverage at the end of the stream yesterday. A couple of times people said that they basically big-brained and then out-big-brained themselves because of it. They're like, oh, well, this is what this guy's going to do, so there's no point in doing this.
But you don't know. Make the opposing team make the play. Whatever it is, force them to do it. Force them to burn the consumable so they don't have it for later or whatever. They do finally lose Baba over here on the one line as Napoli is wrapping now. Ohio Gun's looking for him.
And I really like that move by the Napoli. Instead of moving east, he came back around, was able to secure the kill on the Marseille, and now he's sitting in a position where obviously Napoli AP isn't great, but if you get him within 10 kilometers, it can still do a lot of damage. And now he holds a pretty, I guess, annoying position for both the Ohio and the
enemy is about to win.
Lady Alyssa takes out the other Napoli over at sea.
Yeah, the ARPDN guys at sea have been doing the Lord's work over here. Alyssa's torpedoes have been doing brilliantly. Between her and the Brisbane, they have put some chunk damage into super averages. Montana, you see there the Napoli going out. We know they got one into the Ragnar earlier. They've held C so well. And now, 8 minutes to play, ARPDN over a 300-point lead here.
I love.
It's going to be difficult.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm going to be curious to see how XD tries to get back in this game. They do pick up B here, rotating Thurbach back to mid.
I like how Blitz pops his smoke, and he just basically craps all over subs with his SAP secondaries. And Lex took a big hit there. Was that Ohio shells?
Lex just got dunked by the Ohio in almost the exact same spot. We were watching poor Claxo get dunked earlier, so a little bit of payback there.
Zero
going out possibly.
Yeah.
I think he got caught on radar or something. They're trying to radar him now, but he's well out of range. They're just blindly fishing for him. But they know how low he is.
They know he's, exactly.
Next heal is 30 seconds away.
Oh, very close.
Really
very close on the blind fire.
Torp's coming in on Lex Luthor, though. I don't know if he's... Okay, he's got a gap. He's got a gap there.
Yep.
But this Napoli might be able to get this kill if they have vision of him. He's actually coming out broadside to subs now.
I'll tell you,
ooh, AP salvo going down on subs. That might hurt. No, not as bad as they wanted. Now, why the Des Moines Luther opening up here? I don't like this at all.
No.
His next heal is still a little too far away. Although, okay, he's going to have it now, but why take the risk?
Yeah, I agree there.
Get that heal off, then open fire.
Gearing close range on super average over at C.
Yep.
Oh, Lex, 455. There's the heal.
Oh, Lady Alyssa.
See what I mean? Like, why take the risk? Yeah, because Carrier, here comes the Ohio shells from Carrier has arrived. Sailing in on Lex. More HE coming in from the Napoli. Like, I don't know why you'd risk this, but they're going to pick him up. Oh, the Ohio missed.
Nope, they missed.
Oh, boy.
Luther was forced forward. The problem is now he can't back up. He's stuck outside.
Lady Alyssa's in trouble. Montana secondaries are actually dunking on Alyssa. Oh, my goodness.
Alyssa's going to get away, though.
That was an underwhelming torpedo salvo. The gearing was like
Daring now.
away.
Thurbok's Daring is in a bit of a pickle. He's gone a little too deep, maybe getting a little too greedy here.
Yeah.
He's caught out by the Brisbane radar, pinned between 2 destroyers.
He's gone.
And I think they're going to get him.
Oh, absolutely. Remember what I told you about that default's unsure? Let's just push.
Yeah. They knew how low 0 was, and I think they wanted to push and secure that kill. And I think now instead they're going to end up losing a destroyer for it.
Oof.
Yep, there's the fire that's going to kill him, and that's going to seal the game.
That's
They
game.
have 60 seconds to make a play. Although Super Average is about to step onto C, they might have an opportunity.
Yeah, but Alyssa's going to get behind cover before, I believe. Yeah, so he's going to get on the cap.
They bagged the Ohio. That's it. He's got to step on the cap. He's got to get on the cap right now. He does. They freeze XPDN at 998.
Next kill wins the game.
And so now if you're ARPDN, your win condition is kill the Montana, which ends the game, or you have to kill any other ship on the board, and that will push the score over.
Well, and Lex is just going up, guns blazing here.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
What is this? So many questionable decisions here.
There he goes.
And there it is. Wow. I don't know what to say, guys. I feel like XDPN had more than one opportunity to stay in that game and possibly win it, and it just felt like they didn't know when to stop.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. That sometimes when the pressure starts mounting and you look up at the clock and you look at the point totals, and sometimes it can get to a situation where you just start maybe not doing things on your own accord, but whatever the plan is at that current moment in time, individuals maybe start getting too worried about the overall situation, and then they just start making dumb decisions. Because if you wanted to go back and nitpick a few individual decisions that were made in the late game, it seemed as if they all just kind of lost their heads, lost their cool, and they were just kind of throwing ships willy-nilly in there. And yeah, that was not ideal.